G'day everyone, welcome back. I'm Dave and thank you for joining me again on my YouTube channel. Well, this is the one, episode 5. The model is finally completed, construction wise that is, not painting. But before I go any further, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers that have been going onto my YouTube channel. Absolutely overwhelming. Thank you. Really appreciate your comments and your encouragement. I'm glad you're enjoying what I'm doing, which is my first time actually having a go at something this big, doing a scratch build of Darth Vader's starship from Empire Strikes Back. Now, if you're coming new, don't forget, have a look at episode 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can go right back, check it all out, how I started out, right from the beginning up until now. I think you're going to find that really enjoyable, I really do. So look forward to seeing that. But anyway, without any further ado, here we go. Let's have a look at the finished product. Here it is, all finished, ready for painting. My first attempt of a scratch build of Darth Vader's flagship, the Executor, 10 foot, all ready to roll. I'm quite happy the way it turned out. I hope you're enjoying it too. And I'll tell you what, I'm quite relieved that I finally come to the end. It took a lot of work, but I'm very happy with the results. As you can see, the entire city sprawls area, the center of the ship is all finished and all filled. And I remembered last time that this side of the ship, this side was not done. It's all completed now, and the front is definitely all finished, ready to roll as well. As you remember last time in episode 4, there was nothing on the front. Well, there you go, it's all completed. There's a little bit of detail in that one, that section of line. 2 parts down the bottom part, of course there's a gap. If you look in the movie, you'll see it separated, of course, little buildings, and quite impressive. So I tried my best to follow that. I was really happy with the result of it, as well as that too. And you can see also, beginning of the side of the ship is all completed now as well. This wasn't done last time, so. And the detail on the other side as well is all completed on the surface. Which I'm very happy to say is done. It took me a while, but we got there. Now looking there, you're coming towards some of the city sprawls, as you can see, which is all completed on the top there. Coming towards the side of the ship. And it turned out really good. I was really happy. I decided to glue the entire midsection in. Originally I was going to leave it to come out for transportation reasons, but I decided that it worked out better that I did glue it in, and it actually strengthened the ship itself too. So it's really a solid model, really solid. The only thing that does move and comes off, of course, is the command and the bridge. I'll show you over here. See? So if we're going to transport it, basically I've got a nice flat surface. This is the only weak point, so I decided to keep that off. So for travelling reasons, put a little bit of a mattress on top, underneath like a sandwich, strap it down, so you can transport the model to a show or some promotions or a display somewhere. When it's finished, all set up, there it goes straight back in. That's the only part of the model that detaches of anything. Everything else is a solid build. Nothing is movable, nothing comes off. It's all one solid model, except for the bridge section, which you can see. And if you're probably wondering what I'm doing with those purple globe looking things, actually they're beads. And I went to a toy shop with my daughters years and years ago, and then when I looked, remember, they kind of have that shape similar to that of the deflector domes on top of the bridge section in this actual model. So I employed that idea, and they came out to be the right size. So I worked with that, and if you look close, you may see there's little tiny patterns on it, which gives it this shape, which I'm really happy with. It worked out quite well. Of course, the bridge is really a detailed area, especially on the neck part of the Executor compared to a normal Star Destroyer. So I just bulked it right up, and I was really happy with the results too. Really happy with that. It's my first scratch build too, so I hope you like it. Okay. So as you can see, all the interior part down here, inside, the floor, all here, all there is all now finished. Surface detailing is all done. All the way down to the ship, all the way to the back part of the tail section as well. That's all completed as well. All in here, the sides, all along in there, and of course the side. And a little bit of a trench either side. Then the trench of the actual part of the tail is all finished, completed as well. As I said before, everything you see on the model is an individually placed piece of plastic, cut to various sizes, everything from a mil square to about a couple inches. Okay, we're looking at the rear part of the ship here. This is the tail section. If you look at the model from, it's like a big arrowhead. But this is what I call the tail section, for obvious reasons. And both sides of the ship, as you can see, if you look right down, is all completed, which gives it its natural look. Last time you saw it, only had one side done. So I was so glad to come to this point now, and it looks much better. Look, really, the result's really good. Now, individually placed pieces of plastic, the building sprawls, down the trench, to a gap here going right up to the bridge section, all completed. Also down in here, the sides, the lip, everything, all done, all settled in. Didn't have any of that the last time, I believe, on episode 4, but that's all completed now. And yeah, I'm going to look forward to seeing the day when this is painted, which won't be too far in the future. It's going to be really good. A lot of people have asked, some of the subscribers have asked me about the detailing that I've done on the actual surface of the ship. As you can see, that's 1/2 mil for the big parts, but if you look closely to the building, I've used very extremely small bits and pieces of the entire ship. There's probably about 10 pieces in that section there alone. Everything is individually placed, different kind of thicknesses of plastic. But I'll show you one. I'm actually going to cut some for you and show how I've done it. I'm actually going to glue it in this section here of the ship to show what I've done. But what I do for the fine detail, I just use styrene. A lot of people might know what this is. That's 1/2 mil thick. For the surface detail, for bigger bulk things, I use 3 mil thick, just like that, which I've done for the bulk part of building the buildings. 2 mil, again, for smaller slide, like step up detail. And then, oh, sorry, that's 1.5, that'll be 2 there. So I've got a variety of thicknesses, which gives a little bit of life to the detailing surface of the ship. So I'll show you what I've done, how I do it, especially the small detail. Usually I go quite thin, usually about there. Usually, I'd say be about thickness. I get a sharp standing knife, it's a cut here. Do I get it? There we go. And I get a nice little strip like that. And what I do, if I'm looking up here, I'm just going to put, say, 4 pieces in that area, just like that. To finish it off, to show, I'm going to glue it for you and show you how I do it. So I go like this, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 pieces, just like that. And get the glue. This is the glue that I use because I'm using styrene at the normal hobby shop. Brilliant. I use the liquid stuff for the small detail and the thick stuff for the bigger main surfaces to spread around really good. So what I do is, if I'm going to go, I glue a little bit in there like this. 1. I pick it up like that, and I place it in, and it takes, there it is, it's all glued in there. And then I go for the next piece. I go here with the glue, you can see the glue come out. I pick up the next piece and I place it like that, and I rub it a little bit, and then you see the glue starting to take it, so you know it's cementing in. And do the third piece there. This time I might do it a little bit differently. Bring it in and do it on the side there. So you got a nice little variety there, and I just rub it, and there it is, it's stuck. That's how I've done the entire surface of everything of the entire ship, just like that, one by one, on top of different grades of plastics to build up building. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there's probably 10, 15 pieces just there alone. Some in there, all the way through the entire ship. The top, the sides, and underneath. And that's how I did my detailing. 1/2 mil thick, and it works really well. I've been asked around about what did I use for the thrusters, for the cylindrical shapes of the thrusters, and you notice there's a few different sizes there. Well, what I've done, basically I've used this. I got this from old Bunnings, it's a hardware store. And it's just PVC piping. Well, I got this as PVCU, DWV, I don't know if that might mean anything, but this is what we use. I use different kinds of sizes, as you can see, one fits into another one. That's a small one into a larger one, nice fit, as well as I've done there, because if you look, it gives it this depth, it sits inside. Now, I've sanded it really sanded it, and I found that normal glue in a hobby store does work and holds it extremely well. But every single thruster that you see here inside is actually bolted and screwed into the main superstructure of the model to give it extreme stability and security, so it won't come out. So it's really strong. And the bolts are about probably 3 bolts for every single thruster, and there's about 13 of them on this entire ship. And back inside there, I've used a piece of 3mm styrene. I had it laser cut into a circle which fits inside, and glued that to the back. And then if you look, then I added the detail accordingly as is. So we're looking forward to seeing them when that's painted as well. But that works really well. Also, orange electrical tubes that you can get from electrical companies, that works just as well. So that's what I used. So there you go, PVC piping. Well, there you go, all completed, ready to go for the painting. Now stay tuned for that one. We're looking forward to the painting process. That'll be episode 6. That should be happening in the next, hoping 3 weeks. We'll see what happens anyway. You'll be informed, because when we're going to do the painting, we'll actually video the actual painting procedure we do of the model. So I'm sure you're going to find that quite enjoyable. But anyway, thank you so much again for looking in. Appreciate all your subscribers, everybody. Tell your friends about it, and I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to having your company again in episode 6. We'll let you know when that's coming in. Thanks again. See you soon.